we're gonna do something new, something we've never done before. That is what I mean by something new. We are going to go on Reddit and we're gonna look at the relationship advice page.
Yeah, page. You've been on Reddit before.
Yeah, I've subreddit. Okay. I have absolutely no experience with Reddit other than kind of glancing at this to make sure nothing was inappropriate.
Let's start with...
Okay, well that just, first of all, awful title.
Yeah. The title is My Boyfriend Lied to Me About Feeding My Dogs. I asked him, babe, did you feed the dogs this morning? He said, yes, I fed them this morning. Why? And I asked him again if he was telling me the truth. He doubled down on having fed them. And he said if I didn't believe him, it was my own fault. I told him he just needed to be honest with me, and he goes on this spiel how he just wanted to have a good day and was too tired. Okay, so I'm putting a camera up in that room to make sure my babies are fed, but how do I move forward with this? How can I trust that he's not lying to me about other things? Whoa. Okay, hold on.
First of all,
what a whirlwind.
Just ask the person. You don't have to like put the scoop in a specific spot.
Yeah.
If you can't ask the person knowing that you're going to get a true response, then something's wrong. If you have to go through all of those games just to truly find out.
It does seem like the dogs weren't fed. I don't know. There's not enough information here.
I don't know. I disagree. I think there is enough information. Like, there's so much information here.
Yeah, but this is only one person's side. You know what I'm saying? All of these are going to be one person's side.
I know. All of these are going to be one person's side. And so, like, I will always give people the benefit of the doubt. But the thing is if you can't trust your boyfriend to tell you the truth, and you have to go through games to figure out if they're lying or not, then something is wrong.
Yeah.
And to look at the part where it says, how can I trust that he's not lying to me about other things? You can't. If someone lies to you about one thing, they can lie to you about other things.
Yeah.
And especially when it's something this big.
It's a weird thing to lie about because, like, the easy out in that situation is to just go, oh, I didn't feed them. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, I feel horrible about that. Like you can so easily feel horrible about that and then like run to like make a point out of like, oh, let me feed them, I care. But instead, like doing like a lazy gaslight, right? Of like, I just want to have a good day. Like, I don't know, that it reads a little sus. I mean, a good rule of thumb is that like, if you're questioning trust, then it's like either time to fix things or it's like too late. You know,
the saying, if I didn't believe him, it was my own fault as well. If the person tries to flip something back on you, then that's not a productive conversation. I'm not saying like one person is right and one is wrong, but it's not a productive conversation when you're not allowed to get your feelings out and your feelings aren't valid.
Yeah. Oh boy. My this person's 43 and female. My husband of 22 years got another woman pregnant 3 years ago.
Can we...
Whoa, it was removed. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we just like skip the advice here and just say...
Get out of there, chief.
Yeah.
My ex showed up to my gym with the dude she cheated on me with. Okay.
It's honestly tough. I think the ex had every right to go to the gym. It's not any one person specific gym, but at the same time there's probably a little more context of like, clearly this person went to the gym a lot.
Yeah, I think like what it reads as, right, is that like the poster goes to this gym a lot, like it to the point where like the ex knows that that's their gym and the ex doesn't go to that gym as much, and so going there was like intentional.
Yeah. And I think even if it wasn't intentional and they just wanted to go to the gym, you have every right to be upset that you had to see them, especially with the guy that she cheated on him with.
Yeah, that's at the very least super unlucky. But I will say this, the lucky part is like it says, I missed her so much before this, but after seeing this I got so pissed off. She has no respect for me at all. This is good that you're getting the closure, because like sometimes people need like one more nail in the coffin, you know, or like a nail in the coffin, because you like hold on to hope. Like a lot of people hold on to hope for a really long time, and like preserve the memory of the relationship when it was positive. And usually that like where the relationship was positive is well before the point where like the relationship ender actually happens. So like there's usually a build up before the relationship ending, and so like there's some collaboration of denial, you know what I mean, leading up to that point, and then that denial continues after the relationship too, until you get something that like comes in and shatters that.
Yeah.
And so I think it's positive in the end, and it sounds honestly like healthy responses here of like getting angry. First of all, like you should be angry, someone disrespected you, or you feel disrespected, you're allowed to get angry. You're just not allowed to like use that anger to, you know, lash out, which nothing in here points to that. And then blocking, like please, if somebody's hurting you, just block them.
Yeah.
Like super smart move. Definitely
There's
a rough
nothing
day.
wrong with blocking someone. I know it feels super harsh, but you don't do it to hurt someone. You do it to protect yourself.
Yeah, yeah, and you're allowed to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Never feel like you can't.
What?
Whoa.
Let's go to this one. This one seems like a wild ride.
This one's spicy.
So, boyfriend dumped me. I went no contact. He then threatened to install Tinder if I don't come over. That's a crazy title. Okay.
Yeah.
In case it matters, we have been together for 4 years.
So it doesn't really matter. We'll start
Yeah, I
there.
mean, it doesn't matter, but it makes it that much crazier, I think. I don't know. People are just crazy.
The amount of time you have a relationship with somebody does not dilute the pain that they cause you. You know what I mean? But it is like good context, I guess, for like the level of understanding of each other that this person should have.
Yeah.
What this reads as to me is like the ex-boyfriend tried to power play, dump this person, and feel like hot shit afterwards, basically. And be like, oh, she'll come crawling back to me. There's a lot of insecurity here, at least from the ex-boyfriend. I mean, it totally makes sense to block. At first he was angry and called me childish that I blocked him everywhere. He's 38, you should probably understand.
Yeah, we also just talked about this. You have to block people to protect yourself.
What really blows my mind is this. He threatened to install Tinder if I don't come
Yeah.
over.
I don't know what that threat really even means, because it just furthers your point, I think, of like he was expecting her to come back to him and is trying to now make her jealous. And I don't know, just lash out in any way.
Yeah, and I feel like I've seen that happen plenty of times already in my life, like seen people go through that where like they get back together with somebody because it's convenient, you know, like it's safer, and you don't have to like face the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of like, hey, you're not as awesome as you thought you were, and you probably have to grow and change now if you want to find something more meaningful. And you actually have to put in effort. That's the other thing. I feel like a lot of people become complacent in relationships, and then they like blame the other person, because usually like both people get complacent, right? If one person gets complacent, I think it's hard to not also become complacent. And so then like one of you breaks it off because there's complacency, and then like you realize just how complacent you've become because nobody's immediately interested in you.
Yeah. And also, if you want to get back together with someone, you've got to understand like you're hurting, they're hurting. Come at them with compassion rather than threats.
Yeah, this is really looking down on, like the ex-boyfriend is really looking down on this person. So I hope they stay strong. Like for the advice part, I guess, like stay strong, because it sounds like you're handling it the right way. Narcissists will make you feel bad about your boundaries. Good sign to spot one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, I think like good people have trouble respecting boundaries, but I think what makes you a good person is trying to learn and figure out why. Like it could be a conversation. You shouldn't have to explain and defend your boundaries, but like a lot of people struggle with boundaries. So you're not just automatically a bad person if you pass someone's boundary.
Yeah. Because you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself to get everything right the first time. But I feel like if baseball did anything right, it's the 3 strikes you're out rule. You know, or like if you give people 3 chances, that's a lot of chances with a lot of boundaries. Where it's like, hey, don't call me that, or something like that. And then somebody's like, okay, I'll do it again. You know, and it's like, strike 2. Like, do it one more time and I never talk to you again. If they do it again, then they're like asking for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And narcissists are really good at being like, how many strikes will you actually give me? You know what I mean? Like, you'll go on forever because I'm so great that you'll never take me out of your life. Not getting ready after he canceled plans. I feel like such an idiot getting excited about seeing him. It sounds petty, but would I be within my rights to just have my hair up, no makeup, and in my pajamas when he next comes over? That's actually this is a good one.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, because first of all, you can put in a lot of effort for a date. Totally fine. It's really fun to do. But you never have to. So definitely don't feel like you have to do makeup or get all nice and pretty. Like you can just keep being who you are. Like it's part of who you are is not wearing makeup and not always being in like nice clothes or something.
Yeah.
But it's the petty, like, don't do it to get back at him
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, it feels like the respect part is already dwindling here. It sounds like this is early on, right? Early on in a relationship. At least you're not living together, which is why you're getting ready in two different places. You know what the best thing to do in this situation is, actually? Easy clap. Be honest about how you feel about this.
Yeah.
Like, just tell him this and be like, hey, I'm pretty bummed. Like, I was really excited. I felt like I looked really good. I put a lot of effort into it because that's how much I care about spending time with you and impressing you. And I'm bummed. And I don't know if I'll feel as confident tomorrow.
Yeah, communication is so important. Like, whenever you're feeling something, you need to be able to be comfortable with bringing those feelings to this person that you're in the relationship with, because that's what they're there for. They're there to support you.
Yeah. And I will say that, like, in a relationship, like, if you talk through this, right, then you'll feel comfortable enough to then, like, do the thing without being petty of just being, like, more of your natural self, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, your unprepared self, which is also important to be able to be around someone, which I think is what you were just saying.
Also, it is okay to cancel plans.
Yeah.
Last minute. Like, sometimes everything was right and like you were all ready to go and then you just aren't in the mood anymore, or something else came up, and that's completely fine, and the other person can understand that. It's when that's a pattern over and over that there's something that's not clicking. But when it happens, it's definitely a bummer, but just be excited for the next time that you do get to see the person and give them the understanding that they need. Unless it's happening over and over and over and over again.
And if it's a first date, I agree. Like, if you're calling it like an hour out, you know what I mean? Where like that could be travel time for some people on a date, like then you're not really respecting their time. So like if you cancel with that short of notice, as part of your cancellation, you have to be super apologetic.
I do want to do one more. We gotta end stream soon, but I kind of wanted to just look at one more. My ex and I were together for a year and recently split up during a vacation.
That's an L. That's a huge L.
For the sake of not making the remainder of the trip awkward, we mutually agreed to be friends, and we didn't really talk about the breakup at all. Any thoughts? I mean, that's just crazy.
I got tired by the end of that.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Look at the last part of that for a second. I know that closure comes from myself and not him. Yes, but also it's completely natural to be trying to look for closure from the other person because you want these questions answered. You're not always going to get it, and that's where you have to find closure from yourself. But then you might be doing things like this and posting on Reddit and trying to get some reasonings from people that you haven't thought of yet because you're confused and you're going through so many different trains of thoughts. It's okay to want to have the closure from that person.
Can we talk about the part where they go, there is no Warren Bossing say for the rest of the vacation? And they like go back to being in a relationship for a few days?
Yeah,
what?
that's crazy. That like, it kind of makes sense that like you're gonna, for the vacation, you have to like stay in the same room, not necessarily the same bed, but like fully acting like you're in the relationship after breaking up and not talking about it. Like, why not talk about it and like still sleep in the bed, cuddle, whatever, but like at least have a conversation about like, why are you cuddling right now?
Why
did you break up?
Yeah, like
that's so weird.
I would go home. That's my thought. I was like, why see it out?
Yeah, why
Like,
stay?
Sunk cost fallacy, okay? Like, if you pay for a vacation with the purpose of going on it with someone that you are in a relationship with to have a good time with them, and you break up on that trip, you are no longer getting what you paid for. There's no way. Just go home and take the loss.
Yeah, and if for some reason you cannot get a plane trip back, or you both, well, if you both drove there together, then drive home. But if you can't get like a plane ticket, just get a different hotel room. Get the cheapest one they have. Like, and just for a few days so that you can get home and not have to deal with all that.
Or get a different hotel room. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thoughts
exactly.
are that they cheated, says Animated Jenny. Or guilt. That's definitely possible that there's some
Yeah.
cheating going on either before the vacation, on the vacation. That would be crazy.
Well,
Or
the
after.
cheating on the vacation could make sense. You could have even just been flirting with someone. That's still cheating. Like the line of cheating is different for everyone.
Yeah.
But always something that you should be on the same page with when you're in a relationship with someone.
Yeah. You won't guess why.
Oh man.
I think you kind of like uncovered it here, is that like this is a post asking for closure, which I think a lot of them probably are. So that's where I'm like, I hope you find it on Reddit, I guess, but like, or maybe watch our stream. What good is a closure conversation going to do? Let him go.
Okay, but arg, closure conversations can help you get closure. Like
Closure is a myth, really, and you can't make him talk if he doesn't want to.
oh
It
my
hurts them.
goodness. This hurts me. I think there is nothing wrong with wanting another conversation before closure. Like, you can't just say to someone, like, yeah, you shouldn't want that. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. You might not always get it, and you will have to come to terms with it on your own.
Yeah.
But there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to talk to that person and figuring out what the heck happened.
I think the myth is like reaching closure, like that you can reach 100% closure. I think you can get more of it or like get closer to it, but I think it's an asymptote. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you can always get closer, but you can never reach it because you're human and your brain will hold on to that until you die. Pretending the fight didn't happen, I don't think has ever actually worked for anyone.
Sleep on the couch, get a rollaway bed. Like,
Yeah. Sleep on the beach.
sleep on the, yes, sleep on the beach, sleep on the floor if you have to. Like, just do not sleep in the same bed. Give yourself that distance to both be hurt
Yeah.
and both feel what you're feeling rather than immediately acting like
Yeah.
everything's fine.
Hey, I think we need to break up. So anyways, want to go get pina coladas?
No.
What?
And with that,
Yeah.
we have finished the relationship advice part of this stream. Let us know what you guys think because we want to try more stuff like this.
Yeah.
And if you liked it, like the video.
Yeah.
Leave a comment down below.
Um,
There's a fruit fly.